February 9th, 2020, and this video is called China Orders Cremation of Coronavirus Patients. Now, the reason why I do this video, because I think it's true. I think the numbers are pretty bad, that they are burning so many bodies over there that everybody should be alarmed at this. And the reason why I came across this story, I think it's called wind.com, somewhere around there, where they were saying that they're showing these anomalies of the sulfur dioxide, and they can only imagine that it's probably the cremation, that they're burning the bodies, and this is what that number is. But I'll tell you what, I did my own snooping, because there's a website called earth.nullschool.net, and this will give you the same numbers. And there are two spots in China. It looks like this spot right here and this spot right here, but this is Wuhan right here. Okay, and this is the numbers I'm getting, is close to 2,000. Now, the reason why I say this is, let's zoom in as close as we can get. Now, right now, the reason why I definitely think this is the cremation is because Wuhan is shut down. They are not making their goods, products, and services over there. Everybody is basically in a lockdown situation, so they can't spread this virus, which makes sense. So I don't really think there's a lot of factories that are making stuff right now. So when you're having these exhausts, they're not coming from making Nikes, that's for sure. This, I think, is the spot of the crematory where they might be doing. They got 49 funeral homes in Wuhan, and I think this is the majority of them. And if you could see the wind coming in here, the wind is not blowing it down, is blowing it up, and that's why this is dissipating towards the north. Now, if you look at the different days, if you move this guy around, no matter, we'll see how it's floating now this way. And if we do a couple more of them, look at the winds are going out to the south over here. And see how the plume now changed? It's no longer going up because the wind is coming down over here. Now these numbers are pretty alarming, and I might be all over the map over here with these. Now this is Wuhan. You could tell Wuhan from this river right in here. It's very easy to see on the map. Fears thick death smog over Wuhan confirms that China is burning corona bodies. Now here is the other spot right in here. We're going to go with this later on, but I'm more concentrating in Wuhan. This must be another crematory over here, but this is Wuhan right over here. And we're going to go on a present. Now see, it's all blowing to the north over there. Now, let me go back really quick. This is it right here. It shows that it's sulfur dioxide surface mass. So these are the readings that are on the surface. That's particulate matter. Let's do the particulate matter. Now, if you look, this particulate matter is going all over the place. And there's something I want to show you, this article. The emissions characteristic of harmful air pollutants from crematories says the process of corpse cremation generates numerous harmful air pollutants, including particulate matter, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and volatile organic compounds, and heavy metals. These pollutants could have severe effects on the surrounding environment and on human health. Now, I was trying to look around to see if I could see like one major crematory, but I think it's actually those 49 funeral homes that they're talking about is what they are burning them in. Now, this is not coming out of China, because I would think that they would ban them from making such a article. So this is actually a Hong Kong newspaper right here. Now, this is interesting, the characteristics of sulfur dioxide. Look over here. It's one of the aims of the measure is to keep sulfur dioxide in outdoor air below the following levels, right? Now, they're going into parts per million for an average of 1 hour period. It's 0.20, so that's not even 1 part per million per 1 hour. That's what they're trying to keep them under. Now, maybe you could help me with those measurements later. I was trying to do this, what is it? I was trying to like plug this out. This UG, this is grams per square, a meter squared, or per meter, cubic meter. Trying to figure what this number would be if you go to parts per million, but this is in a square, a volume of a meter. Now, these are some of the measurements, and I can't get it, so maybe you could do that for me. That reading right here, it's a microgram per cubic meter. That's what it is. Now, there's Wuhan right here, which is, see this little area here? That's how you could find it on the map. This is Wuhan right there. Now, it says that the crematories are working overtime to handle the death toll. Right here, there's supposedly 49 crematories in Wuhan. Wuhan crematorium claims hundreds of bodies are burned every day, and the staff is working 24/7. Now, here is a map of the funeral parlors in Wuhan, and I bet you every one of these has got a crematory in it. Now, I want to go in this real quick. Here's Nike. This is why I'm saying that there are no factories that are that plume is definitely from the cremations, because there are no factories making these Nikes. Now, check out these Nikes. They're going for like $230 for a pair of Nikes now. Now, can you imagine what the people making these things are doing? Now, I wanted to bring in this LeBron article, because LeBron James was there 2 months before this outbreak. So he's kind of like one lucky guy, but he got a backlash for this stance with China. And this is what I thought was interesting. It says here, he just made his 15th trip to China after making annual visits with Nike to Beijing, Shanghai, and Wuhan. This was on October 15th of 2019. He was just there. So he just missed this outbreak of getting infected by about 2 months. And this is what I think is crazy, is that these new sneakers, they're debuting at $2,100. Now, this is what's really bad, is that they're confirming aerosol transmission refers to the mixing of the virus with droplets in the air to form aerosols, which causes infection after inhalation, according to the medical experts. Now, that's why I was saying This is got to be the cremations right here because, like I said, I don't think Nike is making no shoes right now. Everything is shut down in that city and practically in all of China right now. And these are, look how high it is, the micrograms. Now, this is interesting too because if you go into this other area, let's pull this up where we could definitely. Okay, there it is. See right in here? This I think is another where another crematory is. And all I did is I clicked on this and you can get the coordinates, the north and the east. And what I did is I plugged this in. There it is right near there, 29 north to 106 east. And this is kind of weird. This is where it dropped me to. And I thought, isn't it kind of strange that this is where the other crematory is, somewhere in here. You could tell it's in between these, whatever this, however this was formed, they look like fingers. But let's zoom in. I thought this was very interesting. And I thought, isn't it kind of strange that it looks like this is the only place that has a cloud on that satellite dish because you don't see it anywhere else? But when I zoomed in on this direction that gave me those coordinates, look what happens. I went on to the 3D mode. And look at right here. This is a fakie right here, which I wouldn't be surprised of China. But see, watch what happens here. This area might be faked out because if you zoom in over here, this right here is this building. And look at it's cut off right here. So this whole area has been photoshopped. See it right here? The area where this cloud is at, which is not a cloud because it's the only cloud in the city on that day when they took the satellite photo. You could see it right over here. You could see a building is here. And there was another building that continues. And I don't think this is a construction area. I think this building kept going here. And this area is doctored up somehow. See that? I don't think the building just cuts off like right here. And I don't think they're knocking this down. I think this continued and this is a fake cloud right here. Because if you look, there's no other shadows except right over here. But that wouldn't be surprise me because China is pretty shady. And, you know, I think Google is in with them also. So I don't know what's in this area, but it definitely is the area of the crematory. And here is the other one for Wuhan. We'll go to today, the update now. And there it is. So they're burning bodies by the hundreds. And I think this is a bigger story than they're leading on. And who knows what's going to happen in a month or two. But I guess just prepare yourself for whatever the heck is going to come down the pike. Now, the reason why I think this is important is because if this is transmitted by aerosol transmission and they're burning those infected bodies, and these areas here, they could be spreading this virus all over the country in the fallout. This is a death fallout is what they're creating. And that's what the scary part is. They should maybe be burying these bodies instead of burning them, because they're actually distributing this stuff. Now, if this is a super bug, a super virus, how do they know that incinerating these bodies is actually killing the virus? So they may be actually making it worse by cremating these bodies. They actually may be spreading this virus around the country, and more people are going to get infected. This is just totally out of control.